God bless, Yegor Yevlampovich, Vasilisa Fedorovna. I came for you, Vasilisa. I'll get you to Pakcha. And you, Yegor Yevlampovich, will get to Vilgard. Get ready. I'll wait for you at the gates.
You reach the bride's izba with the light of dawn. The changeling girl sits under the icons and starts a long ritual of saying farewell to the maidenly headband. The bridesmaids chant, Uzhyasyaduka Maladyoshенka. The bride hands out red satin ribbons to everyone. The bride gives the prettiest one to you. The ritual drags on, and the guests have yet to arrive. The sounds of the last wailings quiet down close to the evening. The bridesmaids begin dressing the bride in the wedding gown, and you decide to look once more for cursed items in the yard while waiting for the guests. You go down into the yard. It looks empty and grim without wedding guests. Not surprising. This roof was home to an evil spirit for many years. You jump from a sudden rustling. You think you heard it coming from one of the haystacks, but which one? There was some noise coming from this haystack. Or was it that haystack? Two dark figures emerge from the shadows.
Aha! We've caught a witch!
Oh, it's Vasilisa.
This isn't a fairy tale. What if I took you for an evil spirit?
Sorry, Vasya. We were trying to ambush an evil Khaldun, not you.
Someone has been here for sure. We've been watching all night and saw it. He sneaked in and planted an ikota on the wedding.
Oh, Christ in heaven! Not an ikota!
It's alright. I'll protect you. Khalduns have no business cursing weddings.
What Khaldun did you see?
He sneaked in at night. Satan himself, I swear by God.
The gates opened by themselves, and the iron seals were flying around.
It means chorts were moving it.
And he himself didn't look like a Khaldun. He was dressed as a townsperson.
He started to whisper. It was so fast and so frightening. It was so dark, we almost couldn't see anything.
She likely won't find it by herself.
Stop whistling.
This flute must be good against the Khalduns.
So he ran, and we decided to change our hiding spot in case he'd be back. And you came.
What did that Khaldun do?
He whispered a lot and did something with his hands.
I think he was scattering cursed items.
We'll help you find them, Vasya.
She likely won't find it by herself.
Alright, if you want to help, go right ahead. Petka, look in this haystack for a peapod with 9 peas. You, Akulina, look in that haystack. And I'll search the yard. All clear?
Clear. You likely won't find it without us.
All right, Vasilisa.
Beer. Leftovers from yesterday. It's flat now. Smells kinda disgusting.
The chest contains snowy white bed sheets for the newlyweds. They must be given to the house of the groom once you go to the izba. You cut into the lining and, to your horror, find something furry inside. You find a dried bear paw that emanates dark sorcery. You hide this new artifact in your bag, as if against your will. The chest contains snowy white bed sheets for the newlyweds. They must be given to the house of the groom once you go to the izba. You closely inspect the floor. To your horror, you find a patch of burned dog hair. You remove it with a zagavar and throw it away in disgust. Petka suddenly calls out to you.
Vasa! Vasa! I found it, I think!
I too found some traces of the curse. You and I both have some. That's a lot. What do you have, Akulina?
Huh.
Well, it doesn't matter if you don't have any.
I found some Vasa, also pod.
Quite a few curses. Powerful Koldun is involved here.
The children look at each other worrisomely.
Give me those pods. Who knows what else is our enemy capable of? A curse? Will he summon Chorts? A mortal threat.
You jump from the sudden knock at the gates. The children run inside the house, screaming. After several minutes of bargaining, you open the gates.
Go get your bride upstairs. I need to speak to the Master of Ceremonies.
You seem alarmed, Vasilisa.
I found so many cursed things right now. Someone powerful is trying to curse this wedding.
You tell old Yegor about your discoveries.
You can stop the wedding now.
But why? Wait, I'll tell Nikolai.
Old Yegor forcefully grabs your arm.
Hold there. Do you want to spoil their wedding? If you stop the procession right now, their whole life could go sideways.
Yes, but what if we're stopped on our way down the aisle? No one knows how all these curses turn out.
That's your task, Matchmaker, to guard the procession against it. If it stops, then yes, only God knows what will happen. Don't bother the betrothed. Do your job. And I will do mine. We'll teach Fedьka some zagavars. He may learn something yet.
All right, Grandpa.
Let's go. We need to bless them on their way.
All the guests gather in the izba. After the blessings of Nikolai and his bride, the procession departs to Vilgort, to the Church of the Trinity.
This girl sure is lucky, right?
Yes, few can return from another world. She wouldn't have done it by herself. We helped her. So is the case with the other dead. They can't get back by themselves.
So Kolya wouldn't pull her out without you, right?
Without me or Grandpa, unlikely.
You know, I've been thinking. In a way, you also pulled me out from the grave. If you didn't come that night to the pothouse, Shorts would have killed me.
Yes, I think that's how it happened.
I've heard what the girls in Vilgard have been saying. That you didn't want to become a witch. But you did become one, right? And so I've been thinking, you did it to help your betrothed.
Why would you think that?
You and your grandpa are taking me for a fool, but I see lots of things. The dead men can't go back by themselves, right? I visited lots of evening gatherings. I saw how much you loved him. So I think you decided. Vasya, stop this nonsense. Nothing good will come of it. You brought back that girl, but she never died. She was kidnapped, right? I was quite close to being dead. But your betrothed is dead. Buried.
Quit running your mouth. You don't understand anything.
Wait, don't be angry. I'm not joking. I came close to seeing the afterlife. There's no coming back from there. And your chords constantly beg you for a walk, right? So how many people have you cursed already?
Not so many.
And what's next? Sooner or later, they'll get hungrier and hungrier and start dragging our souls to the grave. I've listened closely to many stories. Your church will also drag you to hell, along with who knows how many peasants.
You may be right. The chords constantly ask for work. If I give them some slack, they'll ruin everything they see. But what else can I do? You're saying my chords will be the death of me. You can't know my fate. And you don't know his fate.
That's right. I don't. But I decided to make my own fate. You have your fate. You heard the Troika, so that's your fate. Maybe it wasn't a trick. But I have it differently. You remember how I stole from the shop? It wasn't the first time. I've done lots of similar things. I think maybe I should quit this kind of life. Start a household. I know it's not as fun or exciting. You saved me, so I wanted to ask your advice. You were nowhere after all. What do you think?
Well, Fedka, I've always told you to abandon your life of pleasure.
All right, I'll try. Old habits die hard. Next thing you'll know, I have my own household.
You better remember these words of yours.
I will. I'm not old enough to have a bad memory.
Fedka grins and flings the reins. Pakcha village is surrounded by mist, and the road to Vilgard lies ahead of you. You think that if someone wanted this wedding ruined, he wouldn't be stopped this easily. You look around anxiously and prepare for the worst. The winding path lures you in with a damp mist and mysterious shadows. What spirits hide behind them? Soon, You get to Cold Creek Ford. Yours and the bride's carts cross the water with a splash, but the third cart isn't so lucky. One of the wheels hits a stone, and all its passengers fall overboard. You look around and notice demon eyes in the dark. Fedka gives you a questioning look. What should you do with the rest of the guests? You hop off the cart and open the black book. Fedka passes the reins and hops off too. You need to depart as soon as possible so as not to fall behind the wedding procession. The musician tries to help fix the cart, but you have something else to deal with. A swarm of chorts flies out of the darkness. The cart is finally fixed, and you quickly catch up to the procession. The peasants didn't see the chorts, but they noticed you whispering Zagavers. Now they are looking at you and your book with respect. The wedding train reaches the shadows of the gloomy trees of the Crooked Forest. Strange sounds escape the evening darkness. It appears the mysterious Khaldun cursed this road as well. Your suspicions prove correct. Although you have known this forest since you were a child, the road meets a fork that you have no memory of. Looks like the turn on the right is used more often than the one to the left. Another fork. To the left of you, the forest parts, and to the right, the road loops back around. The road stops at a wide glade. While the wedding procession is turning around, you have some time to gather some healing herbs. Another fork. To the left of you, the forest parts, and to the right, the road loops back around. Your suspicions prove correct. Although you have known this forest since you were a child, the road meets a fork that you have no memory of. Looks like the turn on the right is used more often than the one to the left. You don't recognize the last fork either. The road to the left looks like it's submerged in darkness, and you see some moonlight above the road to the right. You arrive at another fork. The road to the left lies through a thick forest, and to the right, you see a clearing amongst the trees. Finally, the forest is behind you. Vilgert is close, so you decide to take a break. Mikhail's crossroads look unfamiliar. You feel as if you have entirely lost your sense of direction. You can't tell north from south. It's as if you are standing at this crossroads for the first time. You decide to resort to sorcery. You quickly whisper the words of the Zagavar and listen. You chose the right way. You make no mistake in choosing the road. This task is right down your alley. The road to Vilgert passes by uneventfully, and you have a chance to rest. Looks like this is the last piece of the road to the Church of the Trinity.
Vasilisa, stop the procession!
Alexander, we can't! It's a bad omen!
I suppose I can hide it now. No time to argue. I intend to curse your wedding procession, and I'm willing to see it through.
What? Are you telling me that everything you do is based on science?
I can leave it be, but only if you give me the book!
But why do you need to ruin the wedding?
It's simple. I can take this artifact only if you're sufficiently weakened.
If the procession stops, the curse may splash out. Only God knows what should happen then.
Right! You're only saying this so I wouldn't interfere. No such thing will happen.
Listen to me! This is dangerous! Very dangerous!
You can't scare me, Vasilisa! Either give me the book, or the procession stops!
So that's how it is in your world! Always plain pretend! You could have helped me with the snake that time!
I wanted to, but you were doing fine on your own, and I wanted to see what kind of witch you were. I did. I think you're as powerful as me. I don't want to hurt anyone. I just need the book!
You know about this? What do you need it for? What are you planning?
Don't stall, Vasilisa! Fight me!
Listen! Let me wed this couple and then we can fight! Why involve the bride and groom?
You won't trick me, Vasilisa! I came especially prepared for this fight! Now when there's a curse around us, we are equal!
I can't give you the book, you know that!
Then it's the only way! Défends-toi! Give me the book, Vasilisa, and the guests will be safe.
They have nothing to fear. I'll protect the wedding.
don't want to hurt you, Vasilisa. Not if I don't have to.
You've been lying like the devil himself, and now you want me to believe you?
give up, or the entire wedding procession will be transformed.
Not if I stop you first.
Alexander's driver notices that his master is weakened and strikes the horses. The carriage drives away. With horror, you realize that his last Zagavers weren't directed at you, but at the procession. The horses lose their footing, and the first carts overturn with a terrible crash. The world around you turns into a cacophony of screams, both animal and human.